himself, the Professor X of podcasting, and our devious brother, the man that made this all possible, Ivan C., ladies and gentlemen.
Love it.
What is good?
Yes. What is good? And that's a surprise, ladies and gentlemen.
Surprise!
Right here.
Surprise!
The trio, the best trio of all time of podcasting, ladies and gentlemen. TRWT is official with Circle of Debate here on the YouTube channel. You can find them here every Friday, and new shows are coming soon more, so stay tuned for that.
Oh, yeah, this is only the beginning. Thank you, brother, for having us.
Yes.
We are proud to call this place home. We love you. We are so excited. We hope you stick around a little bit. I got to give a shout out to everybody that showed up in the chat wondering who the fuck was the surprise and then stuck around because it was us. You really are the MVPs. Like Brian and Tom from the future and Courtney and De Niro.
Nick from UW.
Everybody.
All of y'all.
Lieutenant Dan, what's happening, homie? We love y'all. We're glad to be here. And we're extremely happy, extremely excited.
I don't even really need to do that because you can find Ivan's show on the same place you can find our show, and his show is called Circle of Debate, and you can find it at Circle of Debate.
Right here at Circle of Debate.
I know.
Which you can find everywhere.
It all circles together. It all circles together.
We all come together.
That shit is so easy. You can just find us everywhere at Circle of Debate, capital COD.
How I feel when only person who can stop you is the man in the mirror. When you look down at your wrists and you see money. When you look at your shoes and you see money. When that scarf on your neck means money.
This is Zip Squad, bitch.
Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on. Living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports cars, silk massage, menage a trois. Yes, I've been a boss. Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on. Living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports cars, silk massage, menage a trois.
Better not bring your kids.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get them guns up for the Bang Bang Gang of Circle of Debate. Welcome back to Top Rope Wrestling Talk. And if you don't know by now, I'm going to say it, you're probably living under a rock. But yes, it's me, not DDP, but the greatest prediction champ in podcast history. I am your producer, your former Debate Network champion, the jack of all trades, the master of absolutely none. And for those of you that can't read, yes, I am now and will forever stay notorious. That's right. I am the notorious TOM. I have visions of barbed wire steel cages dancing through my head right now. You ready to party? Let's fucking go!
Love it.
Oh, every time that song comes on, I just get this feeling inside. That
Chills,
feeling,
right? Chills.
it's more like bloodlust, but chills as well.
Real quick. Real quick. Temple. Yes, we do have that. Yes, we do. Or we used to.
We had it, and it was like my favorite thing in the world.
Oh, I have it, but it's not on this account. It's on my old. It's on. We're doing this from
other
StreamYard.
laptop.
I'm on. I have a talk studio, and it's on there. And there's so many clips between Ivan and I that I don't have any room for it. But we do have something special in place. So let me get through the intros, and we'll get there.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
We'll get there. And speaking of getting there, folks, yeah, we've gotten to that point already. It's time to help me introduce the first lady of Top Rope Wrestling Talk. She is the whole ass vibe, the ninth wonder of the podcasting world, because we don't treat her like a woman. We try and fail not to treat her like a man. She is the incomparable, the incredible Latina heat herself, Grandma Wendy.
Viva la raza! If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
We lie, we cheat, we steal. We lie, we cheat, we steal. Mamacita.
Hey, what's good, y'all?
I'm still salsaing over here. And it was weird because last time we were on, the show was great. Wendy and I had a ball.
Tons of fun.
But I think we both could admit that it just didn't feel complete. And you know why?
Yeah.
Because we didn't have the founder of Top Rope Wrestling Talk. He is the man, the myth that's happier than a pig in shit with the majestic beard and the Burberry shirt. Got it.
Yes.
He is the salt of the earth of podcasting. He is better than you, and you fucking know it. He is also badass and most importantly, high class. Ladies and gentlemen, say it with me. Bruce.
Better than you. And you know it, I'm better than. Better than you.
Yes, I am.
And he knows it.
Yes, I do. What the fuck
Yeah.
is good?
Oh, it's a good night, y'all. Yes, evening scumbag. We love you. Thank you for showing up.
Temple,
Brother
you're
De
one of my
Niro!
favorite dickheads.
He's our favorite
Good
scumbag
boy.
on Circle of Debate. He's
We
high
love that
class.
one.
Temple is Circle of Debate scumbag, and this is our time traveling brother. We love you, dude. Great show on
Hey, what's
Thursday. And of course, I got to give a shout out to Just and get your podcast. Get your podcast. Get your podcast.
Oh, that was a pretty good plug right there, bro. You plugged him
I
for a good
know.
fucking 10 seconds. That's a good one.
And look, the Poppy, the
Ivan.
Godfather, is already in here,
Ivan, what's
saying it
good?
with me, Bruce.
Yes.
It just
And
feels so good.
everybody help me acknowledge the new network champion. Yes, I put my title on the line, and I would not pick Liv Morgan, and we all know why, and I suffered for it. Justin, congratulations, homie. Good to see you, the Redeemer. I love you. I will be taking that title back in number
I
23.
mean, it's only fair to say you win some, you lose some.
You
Right.
It
know,
happens. You know?
Everybody thought I was going to be mad. I'm like, yo, I held it for over 18 months in 2 separate networks. I'm tired.
Well, he's been working hard, man. He's been working hard.
And the funniest thing is, after Justin won the title, he started he shaved his head bald and he started cussing. I was like, man, you turned into me with that
That
gold.
gold does things to people, man. It does things to people. It changes.
You know-
That gold will change you, baby.
My
tell-
psycho tree is greater than Jericho's learning tree. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Bruce.
listen,
Bruce.
you're going to have to pay the consequences. And Justin, that title is being come for. And it's not by me. It's by
The
a certain
meathead's
young
coming.
man. It's a certain young man that didn't get included in this. That
Oh, no,
has
this
a show
was-
on
this
this
was
network called
one-on-one.
Meatheads.
This was 101.
Okay.
I had said I'm sick and tired of 30 fucking competitors. I'm 45 years old. I'm too old for that shit. Justin, you want a title shot? You're the man. I'll put the title on the line against you. And he accepted, and we made our picks live, and he picked Liv, and I didn't.
I mean, honestly, I did not want to pick Liv either for that, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, well, in fact, I think that's the. Speaking of mid, I mean Liv. I meant mid. Let's
lie.
just
Don't lie
jump
to yourself.
into it. Fuck it. Fuck
It's
it.
the deep, heavy sigh from Bruce that makes me love this moment.
King and Queen of the Ring from Jeddah. We had some good. We had some bad. In my opinion, we had some ugly. I guess the question really goes: was it mid? And from on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this? And I'm gonna start with Grandma because I think she's less of a hater.
It was
Wow.
it was an okay pay-per-view. Thinking back on it, I wasn't heinously excited about it or anything. It was like meh. I think I'll give it like I'm feeling generous, C plus, because I wasn't into it.
Okay, so C
It
plus,
wa-
like
it was not-
7.5.
It
Like
wasn't half bad, but it wasn't half good either.
okay.
Just saying.
That's not bad. That's not. I think you might have the highest rating between the three of us, but I'm gonna hold my tongue. I'm gonna pass it to high class and just let them hate.
Let the
I'm
hate flow
actually
through you.
trying not to hate nowadays. I'm still not
Don't lie to us, Bruce.
overly excited about watching WWE. No, I'm not. I went through a point where I was turning into one of those people, and that's not who I am. So I had
That's
to
not
take
who
a
you
step
want to
back
be.
for a little bit when I was on my hiatus. So
Uh-huh.
listen,
Thank God.
I'm gonna give this paper. I'm gonna give this pay-per-view a 4.5 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
It was
okay.
almost
Wait,
a
you-
5. Listen, it was decent, but it wasn't fucking over the top amazing. It
really.
wasn't for me, at least. What were you gonna say, Dom? Dom was getting ready to say something after I gave my grade there.
Oh no, I said you went on that whole thing about how you had an epiphany while you were away, and then you said 4.5. That got
I
me.
did.
That's
Listen.
generous,
Here's the thing.
too.
Before I would have said fucking -10.
This is true.
You know,
Very
I
generous.
just completely shit all over everything. But I have watched most of this pay-per-view, and from what I saw, that's how I feel about it.
Okay,
I
fair
mean,
enough.
it is what it is. It's better than what I used to do.
This is true. This is true.
I'm not gonna
I guess
completely
you gotta
bury them all the time
crawl.
now.
You gotta crawl before you can walk. That's fine.
You
That's
crawl
fine.
before you
And
walk.
Justin, my man, my redeeming in time too cool friend. I am glad you are a fighting champion because I'm coming. But let's see. Jordan had said the bad was Nia. Yeah, Nia was one of the bads. I mean, God, this between Nia and Liv, they really did put the mid and fucking Middle East.
Mhm.
And we had. So here's the thing. I'm gonna try and be legit here. I'm not gonna be a hater, even though I couldn't stand Nia or Liv winning. And by the way, Liv not only won with help, she won with help on Raw, and then she's making out with Dom. So she's gonna make him mid now, if Mommy doesn't murder him in his sleep. And no puppy is gonna make up for that like Eddie did with China. But that's another story. There were 5 matches.
Well,
three of them were very good. And for that, 3 out of 5 gets you 6 out of 10. It's that simple. Double it the fuck up. And even in those 3 matches, I had issues in 2 of them. Number 1, yeah, Gunther won and he became King of the Ring. Randy's shoulder was up the entire fucking time. And I don't know how you turn that into another story or whatever the fuck. It just makes Gunther look weak. I know it saves Randy a little bit of face, but it just makes Gunther look fucking weak. 2, Cody and Logan should have been for both titles. Fuck you.
Yeah, I should have.
Fuck you. It should have. What was the point of Logan Paul walking away? Just
they didn't want to take the title off of Logan.
Not yet.
But that's to be hit SmackDown
He-
Friday.
He really appeals to that younger crowd that loves him because they've been following him throughout YouTube and shit.
Mhm.
And they,
Mhm.
and he brings them in.
Mhm.
So, they're not ready to let go of that.
Oh, shit,
As
wait.
And here's the thing. It's
Ivan, what did you do? Oh, this motherfucker! I didn't notice it before I called on her. I would have went.
Oh, Wendy!
Sorry.
We're gonna have to change my nameplate to have
That's
it say, "Oh, Wendy."
yes.
I can do that.
Because see, the story behind us actually having that clip is that's what we would play when Wendy would start trailing off because she forgot to take her meds that day.
Yeah,
And that's
or
how we
if
drag
she
her
was-
back into the show.
Or if she was late and Bruce and I were on like trying to fill time waiting for her, we'd be like, "We're still here." Click. Oh, Wendy.
literally how they would get my attention.
Yeah, I would even send it to her in like Messenger, just trying to get her
Yep.
attention. Like, yo, Wendy, yo, Wendy, yo, Wendy.
I don't know how many times the GIF was used. Like if you look in our chat, there he is. He just pops up. He just pops up constantly.
Oh yeah. Oh
I was
yeah.
the best. I was the best. Would it long live the live revenge? I know you like her, De Niro.
Get
She's
the
mid.
fuck out of
She
here.
still can't beat Becky without help.
De Niro, you're a great dude, but sometimes your taste in wrestlers is out there, bro.
Guys, first of all,
I love you, but
as-
you're wrong.
as much as we may
Okay.
argue, let me just state the fact that I love being on a podcast with two people next to me who all think Liv is mid. Thank God, because do you know how many shows I've been on where I said it and people were like, "Oh, you're just a hater." No, I'm just a realist. This bitch is mid. Even in this, she didn't do anything to accomplish yet another title run. She didn't beat Becky clean, not once.
They are trying to make her the next Alexa Bliss, is what they are trying to do with her, but she is not Alexa Bliss, and she's not even half as talented as Alexa Bliss. This is what they're trying to do with Liv Morgan. We always ask what they're trying to do. Listen, Alexa Bliss just got married. She had a baby. She's at home with her family right now. Who knows when she's coming back, if she's coming back. They need to fill that void. And who do they have to fill that void with another blonde chick is Liv Morgan.
I
Should have
guess
gone for Candice LeRae.
There it is.
the photo.
That's
with
what they're
Nia
trying to do.
Jax makes her look like
Just like they're replaying the Bloodline story with Alpha Academy.
Well, yeah, and then the bloodline is now the Bruv line, but the bigger thing here, I think, out of all of this is Becky Lynch, really, because if you've read a single shit sheet, she is not re-signed with WWE. She
Yes.
is taking
I
time
know it.
off. She is determining her future now, and I can barely even imagine it. But is there it? Could you see Becky Lynch anywhere but WWE?
I could,
Honestly,
but
no.
I don't think it's going to happen. I could see her wrestling at everywhere and somewhere else, but here's the thing. She's not going to leave where her husband's at, and she's not going to leave where her mentor's at, Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Why would she leave her home country security blanket and her husband
True.
and everything she knows? I mean, she could do it and gamble on herself and she would win. But at the same time, it's like, how many years does she have left? She's done some of the most brutal matches in WWE in the women's division. She's been involved in probably 80% of the most brutal matches in the WWE for women. How much time does she have left? And their daughter's only getting older.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she
they're-
said in an interview that she doesn't want to keep their daughter on the road her whole life.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but I will say
So, you
what
know,
is funny, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but on Facebook, all these wrestling groups are doing AI Becky Lynch new jobs, and you should see the jobs that she's had. She's been a chef. She's been a drug dealer. She's been a rapper. She's been a rock star. She's been a lawyer. She's been a doctor. I'll look them up and find them and try to send them to you guys, but they're actually freaking hilarious. Like, what's Becky gonna do now?
A poet, a pawn, and a king. She's been up and down. And sorry. I'm
I love it.
But okay, we got Bruce's take, but I know she was jumping in, so I got to do it. Now.
Oh, Wendy!
What do you think?
What was the question?
Could you see Becky anywhere other than
Thank you. I was trying to refresh my memory. Personally, no. I don't see her leaving WWE for another promotion or country or anything like that. I could see her taking time to do other things, be a mom and just be present with her family, do her thing and all that. But I don't see her leaving the E. Like, I could see her re-signing at some point, to be honest. And I could see her probably also doing stuff backstage for a while too, just to kind of get that under her belt and for a future fallback kind of thing,
Yeah, I can't either. But at Temple, you're not just with me, you're with us. This is your show, if that is what you believe. I'm not the biggest Liv fan. I've heard there's a mid-card title down in NXT. I have said the same thing. Go fight for the North American title. Like, get the fuck up out of here. But no, instead we have, people like Jordan. And that's fine. Again, if she's your cup of tea, drink it. I'm not into that unsweetened Jersey seawater flavor. I'm just it's not my bag, baby. It's
You
not.
went
Oh,
there.
you don't like the WWE champion that was smoking a blunt, burning down Lana's house?
No, I don't.
You guys didn't see that picture, did you?
No.
You guys didn't see that picture? I think I sent it to you guys.
I don't
So
think you
yeah,
did.
it was a picture on Instagram, or I posted it in group, and it was the picture of Lana, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan had a big old blunt in her hand with a fire extinguisher that has been put off because they almost burnt down Lana's house cooking in the oven.
Oh, that's
And
right.
there's
That's
pictures
right.
zoomed in, like you can see
You know
it.
what? When you
And
first said it,
she's holding it like this in her hands.
when you first, yeah, no, I remember
yeah.
it. Now I remember when you first. It's been a long week, but when you first said it, I thought you were talking about one of the segments from back in like the Rusev, Lana, Bobby Lashley days, where Liv was like the lesbian lover in the background, and maybe that happened. But yeah, I remember the picture now. Sorry, I've been under the weather. It's been a long week. It popped out of my head. But as soon as you said she was like kneeling by then I remembered the photo. Okay.
Lord, that's a
Kayla, what is going on? The queen of outrage. I love you, homegirl. It is so nice to see you.
Yes, it was messy, girl. It was.
Oh, it was. It really was. I'm sorry. I took that off. Yeah, King and Queen was very messy. Especially, Nia. Ugh. Even on Friday, I'm like, why are we crowning her again? Why is she saying once again that I am queen of the ring? We fucking know. I think we were even joking in our top rope admin chat for the group. Hey everybody, I don't know if you know this, but breaking news: Nia Jax is queen of the ring. Didn't you see it on Friday?
Oh yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was us.
Yeah, that was us.
Yeah,
that was us. You didn't see it, but that was us.
I was like, she still wrestles?
I'm letting you behind the curtain, Poison.
Highlight reel.
And De Niro said
she's got a highlight reel. What?
What highlight reel? It's her hitting the apron and going, my hole! The end of reel. End of reel. She's the queen of holes. But according to De Niro, he was actually at the show where Samoa Joe said, "Oh, Wendy." That is awesome, my friend. That is awesome. But yeah,
best match on that show was Sami Zayn and
the triple threat with Chad Gable and Bronson Reed.
That shit was a great match.
That shit stole the whole show.
Nothing
against Cody and Logan, but that shit, yeah.
I was definitely into that one. That was a good one.
Cody has become so mid since he won that title. I know you're gonna hate me, Dom, but he has been very mid and very boring since he got that title.
He hasn't had a good.
Yes, he has. Yes.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has. He's
had AJ,
boring as hell,
and he's had Logan Paul,
and they've been and it's been boring because his promos are the same thing over and over and over again.
If you heard him tear Logan Paul a new one, that was not the normal promo. But the most entertaining thing that any Cody competitor did was AJ on Friday night when he reenacted Mark Henry. That outside of that, it's just been boring fucking challengers.
Why can't they be original?
Boring ass challengers. Hey, if it works, it works. I personally saw it coming.
But
if
the question
Triple H
is
is
it working,
so
though?
amazing, if Triple H, yeah, right. If Triple H is so amazing, why does he keep rehashing storylines over and over again? Why aren't they coming up with new shit?
I mean,
Why are they
have come
taking
up
one
with-
storyline from one brand and then just slapping lipstick on it and saying the pig's a fucking woman
they have
and
come up
using
with
it over
some new
there?
shit. They have come up with some new shit, but at the same time, they're also recycling shit like this Liv revenge shit that nobody cared about because basically Rhea got hurt and Becky doesn't want to be there, so we'll throw it on the blonde,
Doesn't want to
and that's that. Well, Cody's got a title. We've got some international shows coming up. Let's just run him up against the solid, what do you call Sean Spears that pissed him off? The good hands, you know. Oh, we got to go to the Middle East. We'll just put him up against Logan Paul. They all love Logan Paul there, you know, that type of shit. It's the if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I get it to a point, but eventually, like, yeah, I'm with you. A lot of this shit needs to fade away, and a lot of the shit that you have introduced needs to be spotlighted.
I get if it ain't broke, don't
So
fix it. But like, if it ain't broke, sometimes it needs a refresher. Fucking refresh it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the same exact thing that Vince was doing towards the end. He kept recycling and rehashing. Like how many after they had that one gauntlet match that took almost an hour of Raw that was amazing that Seth Rollins won, right? How many times they do it after? They did it like 6 or 7 times in a row after that.
Seth Rollins' gauntlet match basically created the Kofi Mania build.
Exactly.
Because that's exactly what he did, like week in and week out after that. He was in these like 40, 50 hour-long matches, gauntlet matches, all this bullshit, all the way up to WrestleMania. And it was like, Jesus, okay, we've seen it. And that's why I'm saying, like, I like some of the stuff that they're doing in WWE. I like a lot of the stuff that they've added to WWE. I feel more in the same boat with Wendy. If you're gonna recycle it, at least refresh it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And make it a little different, like copy the homework, but change it up a little bit.
Yes.
Don't just put new characters in it and spit it back out in front of us. Because as soon as they started talking about AJ making an announcement, I went, "Oh, here we go! It's Mark Henry time."
And then
and
he
that's
had
exactly how it played out 2 hours later.
Mm-hmm.
He had that pastel color suit on, like Mark Henry had. Like, dude, come on. Like,
Yeah,
really?
exactly.
It's pastel, but just a different color.
Mark Henry was rocking the salmon. He's got the baby blue. They're in the same fucking family, man. You're right. You're right. It was ridiculous. But what isn't ridiculous is Kayla's comment. Ew, Naya goes right along with ew, Monet.
Ew, Bella. What's that?
What are you talking about? Monet can wrestle. She had we'll get into that later.
Put a pin in it. We'll circle back.
Yeah, we'll circle back.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, Bruce.
And Temple said Becky's staying in WWE as well. There's no story there to be told with there's still a story with Lyra.
That would be interesting to see.
There's a lot of stuff that Becky could still do with the younger talent, at least main roster, because she's already had matches with Lyra. She's already had matches with Tiffany, but those were in NXT. And apparently a lot of people that watch main roster still don't watch NXT. So
because it's all wrestling.
A lot of people ain't seen the shit.
Because it's all wrestling. That's why.
More or less. But that's the type of stuff that I'm looking forward to. I'm definitely looking forward to LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes. Jesus Christ, like that. I want that more than I want LA Knight and Logan Paul. I'll be real. Like I'll pay you double for LA Knight and fucking Carmelo Hayes. Just keep Logan Paul off my television. I'm a happy guy. And speaking of doubling up, AEW Double or Nothing. This was a very long, very exhausting, very roller coaster of a night. And same question, 1 to 10, what would you rate it? And was it mid? And I will actually just toss this one to high class because it's AEW and we all know who returned. And don't gush on that too much because we're going to give you your own segment for that shit.
I'm not. But honestly, compared to the other pay-per-view I saw, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. It hit every match, hit every segment hit. I didn't see a. I mean, did it have mistakes? Yeah, obviously. Yeah. But every match had me intrigued. I was intrigued and I was sucked in, and yeah, I was there for it. Honestly, so 10 for me.
He gave it a 10. A fucking 10. Do I need to play the clip again, or can I just say your name?
You can just say her name.
Grandma.
Yes.
110, and was it mid? AEW Double or Nothing. What you got?
It definitely held my attention. Like it made me want to watch Dynamite. Like it made me want to catch up on Dynamite and everything else that I'd been missing. And it kind of reeled me back in. It was definitely a banger ass show. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10, brother. A++.
A 10. A 10. Another fucking 10. Wait. Did Brother De Niro just come to our side? Lib is mid. I'm fucking around. I just like her for personal.
Well,
okay.
All right.
Fair enough. Fair enough, bro. I know you got to. I think you got to interview her at one point, and she's she's from the. Okay, I get it, but she's mid as fuck, and you know it. and Jordan says it's a 10 because of Jack Perry being set on fire.
Shit was funny.
I'll be honest. I enjoyed the better part of the show. There were maybe 2 matches on the card out of 10 that I was like, we could have done this shit on Dynamite. Like nobody fucking cares. Orange Cassidy and Trent was sadly one of them. I don't give a fuck. Like Orange Cassidy wins so Trent can be on a milk carton. Yay, why is this worth $50? It ain't.
It was a damn good match.
It was a good match though.
And it had a story leading into it that the one thing that everyone says AEW doesn't have.
Oh, it definitely had good build-up. Definitely had good
I know.
build-up.
But on the other hand, Will Ospreay and Roddy had no fucking story whatsoever. It was an absolute
They didn't fucking need
banger.
one.
Exactly.
They didn't
need
need
one. Orange Cassidy and Trent needed Dynamite. That's all I'm saying. And there was another match on there too. Like honestly, I can't even remember it because fuck, I'm tired. But there was another match on there too. I was like, why are we not doing this on Dynamite? I don't get it. But I will still give it at least an 8.5 because it was a damn good show. It was just really fucking long. Like watching that live with multiple people, by the end of the night, we were all like, yeah, we would give you our thoughts.
Well, we know, like
we would let you know about social medias. We're done. We're fucking going to bed. Good night, folks. Click.
That's the thing though with AEW pay-per-views, you know what to expect. You're in it for the long haul.
Typically, yeah. But the thing that I like about AEW pay-per-views is what I didn't feel here, where like usually they're long, but they feel like they fly by because there's shit happening and shit happening and shit happening, and all of a sudden it's over, and you're like, oh my god, is it really 1:00? Holy shit! This one just did not. At times it did, but with some of these matches, it was just like, can we get this over with? And I don't know if I'm a fan of McDowell's Monet making Willow Nightingale basically a transitional champion, the shortest TNT champion or TBS champion in history. I feel like maybe Willow deserved better than that. And sure, maybe they can have a rubber match at some point, but like literally to come back, have one match, and be a fucking champion. And people were complaining about Okada winning a mid-card title in his first singles match. At least he got in a tag and he was in the ring and shit. Mercedes literally, I debuted, I'm a champion 15 minutes later. Yay me.
Or you can look at it this way with a good possibility of how it could have went backstage before everything happened. It could have been Willow saying, I did take your IWGP strong title when, it happened. You got hurt in that match, and I kind of took your thunder and took your glory and kind of put you on the back seat. Here, take the TBS title. Willow really doesn't need that fucking title. No. Willow is over as fuck. She don't need that title. Mercedes Moné winning that title.
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
It's expected. You know,
No, I mean, I agree, and I hope there are bigger things in Willow's future. Like the only way, I think I said it on the watch along. The only way this makes any sense is if Willow ends up being the one beating Timeless Tony Storm for that title. That's the only goddamn way. Otherwise, McDowell's getting a win on the first fucking night in AEW is ridiculous. Now, getting Stephanie Vacher on Dynamite after in her face on the ramp with the New Japan Strong title. Now that was good shit.
That was awesome.
That was
that's
good shit.
She's gonna be on Forbidden Door. That's their match.
I'm dying for the Forbidden Door match. I was like, as soon as she came out, I was immediately thinking of Pipe and Gonzalo. I was like, you gotta be losing your shit right now. I wish you were in the live chat. I want you to come on here and tell me how you felt when you saw her. Jesus fucking Christ, that's amazing. And she is a tremendous talent. If y'all don't know, I know Temple has praised her up, down, and center, and I have said absolutely 100%. It was a great show, and we got the Battle Royal on Dynamite, and we are now getting Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Title at Forbidden Door as well.
Yep.
Why? Too early, too soon.
I was just about to ask you guys about that. Do you think it's too soon? And B, because this is the big scuttlebutt in the IWC, is this like a poor example of a new of like, you know, kind of like, oh, well, Ospreay, he's a New Japan guy, so he's getting an AEW title shot. It qualifies for Forbidden Door, because that's what everybody's been, you know.
Yeah, that's probably the thought process behind it. But I honestly think Tony took a Full Gear, a all-in, a Revolution main event that could have had a big story build to it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just said, here you go. I'm just gonna give you this right now. Just take it. Now it's like, okay, so you're gonna have Swerve lose the title and Ospreay is gonna become a double champ, or are you gonna have some sort of interference in this match, or is there gonna be a disqualification? What are you gonna do? Because if you take the title off of Swerve now, I swear to God, Tony Khan, I will drive to Jacksonville and I will drop kick you in your office if you take that title off of him now. He hasn't even had a chance to get fucking started. I will be so pissed off. Yes, that's it. I'm done.
No, you're hitting the nail on the head for me. I'm with you. I think it's too soon. First of all, I'm fine if they want to say that Will Ospreay is like the New Japan guy in the situation, because he represented New Japan at not one but two fucking Forbidden Doors and won them both. So
All In.
But I'm just saying, he also represented them in All In his backyard and won. So if anybody, Will Ospreay makes sense, but then let this be at All In. Let this be Swerve having to defend the title against Ospreay in Wembley. And if he does get that win, he is immediately goated. You go into this man's backyard. He is undefeated. He is streaking. He is one of the hottest commodities in AEW. You get in front of 80,000 people who are all cheering for him and you fucking win? That's a huge deal. But instead, we're going to do it this month at Forbidden Door.
Mm-hmm.
Really? That is entirely too soon, Tony. I know a lot of men have problems with, you know, premature things, but come on, man.
Yeah, you're putting give him someone from friggin' New Japan to defend the international title against.
That would be good.
Yeah.
You know, give him
like Shota Umino at for the international title. I love Shota, and that would be a big deal.
It'd be even better is TJP, because TJP took over United Empire.
There you go. There you go. See, that's what it be. There are so many other options that make logical sense and give you a way. Like I said, right now with WWE, they have these like, okay, we've got these international, you know, not so hot pay-per-views that we want people to be happy about. So we'll throw certain people at our champion and hold off on the big shit until SummerSlam or whatever. That makes sense. AEW is throwing Will Ospreay at Swerve Strickland this month.
Mm-hmm.
When it could have been, let's let Will get hotter. Let's let Swerve have a few more title defenses, get more established, and then we'll pop this shit off at All In, and people will go fucking crazy.
Yep.
So I would rather see, like we talked about on the other side, where you're getting solid guys that can have great matches like AJ and Logan, and wait for somebody bigger at SummerSlam, then hey, we're doing Swerve and we're doing it in 3 weeks. Wait, or Swerve Ospreay in 3 weeks. Whoa, hold the fuck up. Ospreay just won his first AEW title like last week, and he's getting a title shot 3 weeks later.
Yeah,
that's a set the fucking pay-per-view. Yeah,
what the fuck are we doing? But I do, and I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Uh-oh.
Did he freeze?
I don't know.
What?
Oh, he's not frozen. We thought you froze.
No,
I didn't know if you froze or if you shut up.
Who, me?
I was just gonna say, yeah, you.
No, I shut up because I heard you talking.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just say, Ed, I'm glad you enjoyed the show, and put a pin in that statement about the return. We're going to get to that. Don't worry. There is no way that man doesn't deserve an entire segment when this man is sitting next to me. That is bound to happen momentarily, sir. AEW events are always good. Yeah, they're practically great. I just don't understand. Yes, we know, Temple. You think Jack Perry is the GOAT. And he got set on fire and beat the Dragon in the same night. That's a big fucking deal for Jack Perry. That's more than Jack Perry did in his whole AEW career in one night.
That's going over.
That one night he did more than years of being a supposed pillar.
Now he really is a pillar.
Yes. No,
yeah. Now he is what he says he is.
Took a while, but he got there.
I knew you marked out when Stephanie showed up. Respectfully, yeah, she is kind of fine too. I would say that, but there it is. Out there. What else we got?
Yeah, guys, it is way too soon.
Too soon.
Like, here's the thing: out of all the pay-per-views that AEW does, to me, you guys can disagree with me if you want, but to me, Revolution pay-per-view seems to be like AEW's WrestleMania. Like, that's the one where like the most shit happens, like the biggest stuff happens. It's all been at Revolution.
That's like where they jumped off. So of course, like, they're gonna come back to that and try to make it huge. But Forbidden Door.
Yeah. Like, who's the heel? Who's the baby face? Like in certain situations like this, I usually don't care, but in a situation like this, when you have two guys that are as over as they are, you have to have a fucking heel in the match. Sure. Or is one of them going to go heel during the match? Because it's not going to happen, because you're going to be hearing the friggin' the English freaking soccer chant, and then you're going to be hearing Swerve's house, and you're going to hear the Ospreay chants and Swerve's. It's who do I root against?
Right.
I don't want either of them to lose.
I don't want to pick that man. Are we going to get the first time limit draw at a pay-per-view? Because at that point, I might not mind. I really might. I really might not. But
I could be jumping the gun, but I guarantee you, Bully Ray, Dave LaGreca, all them guys over there on freaking Busted Open are going to be saying the same fucking thing.
Well, I'm sure they will, and I'm sure I won't listen. But that's another story. That's another story.
I listen, but
if you want to really get in the real story, the real true story about Double or Nothing, regardless of what title changed hands, who won, who lost, the real story was. Where are you? Come on, work. This man made a shocking return at Double or Nothing. Yes, it was right after Roddy lost his title. Adam Cole came out and he started bitching at fans. And then all of a sudden they cut to the screen in the hallway. You see the Burberry scarf, and I know by this point Bruce was already at full attention. Oh. And then the man came out. and he pretended, and he just totally hugged Adam Cole, turned around and kicked him in the goddamn ding ding.
Yeah,
That was beautiful.
Kicked him right in the dick.
Made
Give him a
such a
wiener.
wonderful, impassioned speech, and thank God that man returned, because I know I missed him. So Bruce had to be like praying at his altar for MJF to come back. Like just a Burberry aligned altar with Maxwell Jacob Friedman scented candles and pictures and drawings.
Listen, no candles. Listen, I've got the box with my scarf, the action figures. I got the pickles. Okay, and I got a picture that is yet to be autographed. So okay, guys, listen, don't go over the top. I'm not that crazy. I'm not that crazy. Okay.
Hey, at least I didn't say you went streaking like Ivan does.
Well, I mean, when he won the title, what can I say? My neighborhood, well.
Okay, I'm gonna ask. Did you go streaking when he came back? Because I haven't.
No, I didn't. Okay. Not this time. But I did mark the fuck out, dude. I went fucking crazy. I was so happy because here's the thing: I was expecting him to come back. Like this is what Tony Khan needs to do. I was expecting Forbidden Door because where is Forbidden Door? Long Island, New York.
Right.
That's where you would expect MJF.
So show up where you least expect it, and then people mark the fuck out.
And then people go fucking crazy.
Maybe don't say shit on Twitter once. I'm just saying.
And just that whole segment of him out there was probably some of his best work. I'm not saying it's his best promo he's ever cut in AEW, but goddamn, it was good. Coming out with the Triple H jean jacket and the leather jacket, that style, like that return, like
Burberry on the back.
Here's the thing. We were discussing this before the show, and you guys were like, "Nah, it's a big fuck you to Triple H." It probably was, but at the same time, those two jackets when he came out made that moment even better. It made it. I don't know. I can't quite explain why. It got me more hyped up because listen, it did kind of remind me when Triple H came back after the quad surgeries, like unexpected. There he is, bam! Like here's friggin' MJF, bigger than he was when he left, just like Triple H. All of these things, and then the tattoo saying, go fuck yourself, Triple H. So it probably was a fuck you to him.
It said bet on yourself.
It did. But he ain't going nowhere because he's putting all his money on him. And so far it's working. He doesn't need them. All he needs is MJF and a microphone and a wrestling ring. And he will continue.
Yes. Like we said last week, plenty of people have proven that WWE is not the only road to success, and MJF has definitely been one of those.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, he came from MLW, and he has skyrocketed here in AEW to the point that he's a household item. Like a household name. I'm sorry, household name. Everybody knows who MJF is.
I mean, honestly, the dude came from NXT security to this.
Yeah.
WWE is great. You don't need it.
Yep.
And this man is one of the shining examples of it. And you know what? I every now and then I have to be the advocate for high class, or at least I feel like I do, because if he says it, it's the MJF mark. Of course he's going to say it, but I'm going to say it for him. To the people in the IWC who are actually complaining after the return, saying like, "Oh, well, Vince didn't want you, and WWE doesn't need you," this, that, and the third. I have only one thing to say on behalf of everyone that you see on this screen.
Suck a big old bag of donkey dicks.
That's damn straight.
You're welcome.
Now, here's my question for you guys on this. What direction do you want to see MJF go now?
I mean,
do you think it's picking off all of the Undisputed Kingdom, or do you think he goes a different direction now?
Honestly, I'd like to see him go more of like a Triple H return kind of direction, where he's just laying guys out in the back, not with a sledgehammer, because he's classy, but with something like
he's got his ring.
Like, here Wardlow turns the corner and just pow right in the face with a diamond ring, that kind of thing.
Okay.
I want to see him. I want to see him because he was in this championship run towards the end. He was a little bit more face than he was tweener. It was good. It was great.
Yeah.
I want to see full blown tweener. I want to see some Stone Cold Triple H type shit where he is a one man wrecking machine getting revenge on everyone that fucked him over at the end of his run.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, no problem. Bless you.
Thank you.
Because unlike a certain mid superstar in the other company, this revenge tour is actually relevant
and worth watching.
Exactly. And he will probably beat somebody clean. There will be that too. But I digress.
I mean, even if it's not a clean win, it'll be like he himself did the dirty work, not someone else.
Yeah.
Just
Not the thirsty bastard son of Eddie Guerrero helping you win.
Hey, leave Dom out of this. And how dare you bring that other company up during an MJF
That motherfucker
segment?
needed to leave himself out of it. Okay, that's the last thing I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna let Grandma talk about MJF and the question Bruce posed to it. What direction do you see him going? All of that, please, Grandma.
I can see it starting as a revenge tour and then becoming like let me go get my shit back, because him and Swerve definitely, if Swerve stays champ long enough, they definitely have like that good rivalry kind of thing set up, But honestly, it doesn't matter who would be champ. Like MJF going back for his title, like, hey, daddy's home kind of thing would be awesome. But I think that's definitely what it should be. Start off as a revenge tour and then a reclamation.
Okay. Temple, the second best MJF return? What was the first after he kind of flipped out and went home?
Yeah. That was when he came back as a devil.
Oh, yeah, the devil was pretty cool. That was really cool.
I mean, it started out cool. By the end, he was talking shit about it, but it started out cool. Hey, D-Man, what's happening? Shout out to you and Jay and All Elite Wrestling Television on Facebook, I hope, because we're just now starting to get back on. StreamYard is fucking with us, y'all. First, they wouldn't let us get on Facebook. Now they won't let us get on Twitter. Not that I mind, but it's just weird. Like, these guys, they do a podcast on Facebook. What do you do if you can't get on fucking Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the scumbag asking? Do you think Forbidden Door only benefits with AEW and New Japan, just gets the wrong end of it? Oh,
sometimes I do. Yes, I absolutely do. I do.
I do. I think sometimes, but at the same time, it's like people complaining that Moxley has the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, but at the same time, Moxley is on national television with it. He's on pay-per-views that 1 million people just bought with it, and a lot of those people might hear about New Japan, but they might not watch. And Forbidden Door, same thing. You might hear about it. You might hear about these guys, but you might not watch. And then you go to these shows and you see them. And the next thing you know, you're going home and you're signing up for New Japan World. So they may get the shit end of the stick, but at the end, they get the publicity. They get the publicity and they end up making money. And that's the kind of shit end of a stick I'd like to be on.
Yeah, it does kind of bring attention to them.
It puts them in a spotlight in front of fans who may not know or may have heard but never seen the New Japan talent. And then those people turn around and maybe start watching New Japan or buying into the World app or doing whatever. And then that in itself benefits New Japan.
And not just New Japan, but Japanese wrestling in general. Like if you watch the Yoshi girls, like, holy shit, man, they're fucked.
If you go back to the Forbidden Doors, like Will Ospreay was undefeated there. And the man was representing New Japan. Jay White won a 4-way main event and retained his IWGP Heavyweight Championship. It's not like they've really made it out where, we're just bringing these guys here so we can kick the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Like there were some big names in those matches in AEW, whether it was Orange Cassidy and Will Ospreay, whether it was Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. Jay White was in there with Hangman Page and all that. And they still managed to get the W's. So it really does feel mutually beneficial.
Yeah. So who's Okada gonna face? Like, like we gotta watch
about-
another New
this
Japan
guy?
match.
How about this guy? How
That
about the
would be
Rainmaker
nice.
versus MJF?
I would love to see that match.
That would be interesting.
But
to
I don't
watch.
know if MJF is fully cleared yet. I think he might be back as like, hey, let's try to pop some ratings, or Turner or TNT was like, hey, Warner Brothers was like, hey, you need to bring MJF back or you're not going to get a contract, you know?
Well,
kind of like one of those deals like Fox was with Roman.
I'm glad that you brought that up, actually, because again, if you read shit sheets, this is grain of salt. This is rumor in your window, as Ivan would say. Apparently, Warner Brothers and Tony Khan have been in talks to re-sign, get an extension done, and Tony Khan has basically looked at at Time Warner's, figures, numbers, and he has said out fucking right, like,
That's fucking bullshit.
so the last question that I had before we move on to the next segment was, could you see AEW leaving Warner Brothers, and if so, where do they go?
I could say yes, because that rumor and innuendo that old Ivan talks about has also said that the USA Network is interested in AEW if they do not get re-signed by Time Warner, because WWE is leaving USA Network and going to Netflix next year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think they re-signed. I think WWE ended up re-signing through 2025.
No, to the end of 2024, and in 2020, the beginning of 2025, they go to Netflix. So this year is it for USA. The rest of this year.
That's the thing. It could be one of those things where maybe Tony, it just says, well, pay us what you've been paying us for the next few months and let us try to work something out long term, because their contract comes up, I believe, at the end of this year, whereas there would be a gap, more or less, between Raw leaving and AEW going off television. So maybe they take some kind of temporary arrangement for a few months and explore their options if they end up on USA, which is
I think their numbers go through the roof.
It just might, but I was going to say, USA is supposed to be getting SmackDown back, so that would also be a little weird. Like, okay, are we going to get SmackDown followed by Rampage on the same fucking channel?
Or what if USA turns down SmackDown and SmackDown has to go to Netflix, or TKO puts them on ESPN? Because they have a partnership with ESPN Plus because of the UFC.
No, that's true. That's true. And Lord knows ESPN does a lot of WWE articles, so it would make a lot of sense. But it would just be like, I don't know, if I turned on my TV Friday night and SmackDown was ending and Rampage began on the same network, I'd be like, what world are we fucking living in?
That's a hell of a fucking lead-in for Rampage, I tell you that right now.
Bruce, I feel like this question is directed at you, high class Salt of podcasting. When should he win it back? Not if. Not
Jordan, I want you to keep a pin in that, because when we get to game night, just put a pin in that.
Okay. We will answer that question apparently in the near future. Stay tuned. Yeah. I'm sorry, folks. But yeah, I'm with Bruce here. I missed MJF. I'm glad he's back. I was worried that maybe he was hurt. And then there were all those rumor and innuendos again about him possibly showing up at WrestleMania and helping Cody. And I was like, that
worked out for you guys.
Hey, he still won the title without him. I don't give a flying fuck. It worked out fine for me, bro. But I was like, man, could you imagine MJF in a WWE ring? And in that same sense, we had some wild shit pop off on NXT that has led into so much more as the week progressed, where Jordan Grace confronted Roxanne 101 on NXT television, leading to reports from everywhere that this is where we're going and that Jordan Grace is signed for multiple appearances, including a match, and there will be more to come. And it led to De Niro practically booking an entire When Worlds Collide pay-per-view with TNA and NXT.
So she's scheduled for 3 appearances in NXT. That includes her showing up with Roxanne Perez, and she's making 6 figures. She has a match next week, and then she has a match the following week with Roxanne Perez. She said it on an interview on Busted Open. That's where I go.
Yes.
Well, there you go. No more shit sheet. That came from Thick Mama Pump's mouth.
Yes.
But then,
well, the 6 figures didn't come from her mouth, but three appearances and the matches, yes.
And then Bruce brought up something going into the show on top of this that made me just kind of jump up and down in my chair a little bit. So fill the folks in on the latest on TNA and TKO.
So there's been rumblings in the jungle and the ground's been shaking that TNA has no scheduled TV tapings for the month of June.
Okay.
So they're not set to record anything right now. Jeez. So they have nothing after these current recorded TV tapings come up. I don't know how many they have left. So with that being said, and Jordan Grace showing up on NXT, and then Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, the New Days, basically making a challenge to the TNA Tag Champs for a title match. Ethan Page has showed up in TNA as well.
Yes.
But he came out on X in a video and said he is not signed with anybody. He hasn't signed with TNA. He's not signed with AEW. He's not signed with NXT. He is not signed anywhere.
We got pause for a sec because I didn't know that.
Really?
And not again.
Well,
He's not signed.
I will find the clip on X and I'll send it to you guys in the admin chat.
No, I believe you. I'm literally shocked by that. I figured.
Who did you say is not signed?
Ethan Page.
Ethan Page.
Oh,
All
shit.
Ego.
Yeah. So he's just free floating right now.
So with all of that being said, do you guys think that WWE/TKO has secretly bought TNA and that's why the crossovers are okay? Remember, TNA already owns the rights and streams the rights to TNA shows and everything. That's their streaming services through TKO.
True.
Right.
So TKO already owns part of TNA. So they oust Scott D'Amore, who was trying to buy TNA and keep this from happening.
Mm-hmm.
And they oust him, and now they have a chance to sell TNA to WWE, which who knows what they're going to do. They could keep TNA on whatever channel they are and just let them do their thing and be an extra developmental thing. And when they do Worlds Collide, they can bring NXT and TNA together for a Worlds Collide pay-per-view to challenge the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. You see what's going on here? You see what WWE's doing here now?
I see it. And I don't want to be that guy that says, like, yeah, it seems like maybe, the powers that be are angling to get TNA under the WWE umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, if it waddles like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a fucking duck. So it really looks like maybe they're trying to buy TNA. And maybe this is why Scott D'Amore was thrown out in the first place. And
that's why they wouldn't let him buy him.
Doing TNA appearances, doing like TNA talent appearances on NXT would not mean it would not do anything to the contract that they had with what's that Axis? Yeah. I think they're still on. So it's not, so they could do that until the contract runs out. and then they could just find TNA a home. They've been talking about moving NXT anyway to like the CW or to Peacock or to whatever. Well, if you're moving one, then you have a spot open. Maybe that spot goes to TNA.
One more thing real quick, Wendy, before I let you just spew your guts about this. I just want to point out that WWE, everyone says WWE is doing more for TNA than AEW did. Not true. Because if you really look at it, WWE hasn't sent any talent to a TNA show.
No, they haven't.
All the talent has come to them. Just like when
Naomi doesn't count.
Just like when TNA worked with AEW. But at least AEW sent Kenny Omega to TNA.
Yeah.
And he was
Omega's not just anybody. Omega's like one of their top stars.
90% of Omega's matches, title matches for the TNA title, was on TNA television and on TNA pay-per-views.
Yep.
And they were bangers, just like my man right here, the banger. And I mean, banger of podcasting. What's good? The real TK is in the building. Go ahead, Grandma. I'm sorry.
Yes. Spew it.
I'm too fucking tired to spew. Yeah, no, I heard you. I'm running out of gas. I'm on I'm on the last bit of it. And I'm fascinated to see what's gonna come of it. I'm trying to be optimistic about it. I think
absolutely.
I definitely agree that WWE hasn't really done as much for or with TNA yet, which makes me wonder if it's like building up to some sort of big reveal.
Right.
I don't know. Wait and see what happens.
And it's definitely one of those things, let it play out. But Jordan's asking, do we see Thick Mama Pump beating Roxanne for the NXT title?
Here's the thing. If Jordan Grace beats Roxanne for that title, they bought TNA.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah. Triple H is not going to let that title walk out of that building and go to another television show. It's not going to happen.
No, not at all. I would love to see Jordan Grace win it. I hope that she does. And if she does, I agree with Bruce. Grandma, you got anything to add?
It would be awesome as hell to see her win it and then have that kind of be the buildup of Grace transitioning into WWE, because I think she would have some amazing matches there. So
she'd be a megastar. She would be a fucking megastar in WWE.
I mean, she's the Hossette, the Juggernaut. She's fucking everything, you know?
Right.
Like,
she is the meatiest of women. That
woke me up. That just fucking woke me up, man.
Right.
Rhea Ripley versus Jordan Grace for the women's world heavyweight championship.
I get that, but imagine like Rhea's hurt right now. Okay, so imagine if shit played
when
out.
She comes back, when she comes back and gets the title back from Murd.
Well, yeah, of course. But I'm just saying, if we're talking about right now, imagine Jordan beats Roxanne on Sunday, becomes NXT champion, and then we get something like the following Tuesday, you have Jade Cargill show up during her celebration. And that's her first title defense.
That would be
Jordan versus Jade.
Jade's not ready.
She's ready.
She's definitely.
She's ready.
I would love to see that eventually, but she's definitely not ready.
She's not ready. She's still not ready.
Juggernaut.
She's gotten better. I like Jade. I've always been a fan now.
I think she is, and if we have that match, you can take my money, and I'm going to need some private time. There will be no watch along for that one. Respectfully,
if Roxanne Perez beats Jordan Grace, to me, it's just there's no physical way possible that girl should beat that fucking woman in a damn wrestling ring. There's no way, looking at this on paper, that Roxanne Perez should even come close to touching Jordan Grace.
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so either. And yeah, Temple, I was surprised too, but apparently he said it himself. So WWE NXT buys TNA. Anyway, I mean, it could happen.
TKO in WWE.
Yeah.
Is Ethan Page trolling? He could be.
No, he didn't have that all ego grin on his face like at the end Like he was like, dude, I ain't signed
If you watch
anywhere.
Ethan Page long enough, you know.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not signed anywhere.
Yeah,
But
no.
you're right, but you're absolutely right, Bruce. There is no way that Jordan Grace becomes NXT champion if WWE is not buying TNA, because the game would not allow that to happen. I couldn't agree more with that.
Now,
and speaking of games, you know what time it is, folks?
hold on, real quick. Wait, I got one more thing.
Okay, say it quick, because Grandma's
So
dying.
here's the thing. Sorry, Grandma. If Jordan Grace wins, how crazy would it be to have an Alundra Blaze / Shane Douglas moment where Jordan Grace drops the TNA Knockouts title in a trash can after winning the NXT title?
Oh, at that point, they own
that is
TNA.
the only storyline that
that
can be
point.
rehashed right now.
Yeah, you can
Oh my
recycle
God.
that shit. I'm
Make it
okay
happen.
with it.
Make it so.
Make it happen, game.
Shawn Michaels, Triple H, make it so.
Make it so. Make it
Yes.
so. That's the only way that shit should play out.
If Trips wants to make the Levesque barbecue exciting, that's what he's got to do.
Right? It's like, damn it, Trips. We had hot dogs last week. I want something new. Come on, Levesque. Give me something. It's time to play the game.
Yes.
Give
And
me that
speaking of
ground beef Pop-Tart sandwich. Num 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 num.
And speaking of which, folks, it really is time to play the game. It's
Yes.
game time right here at Top Rope Wrestling Talk. We have not done this in a fucking dog year at least.
Hot minute.
I miss
Hot
it.
minute.
Once again, Bruce has brought us probably some awful choices in a lovely game that he created called Would You Rather.
Yes.
He will ask us a question, give us two choices. We have to pick one. I know it says choose wisely. We just have to choose. There is no wise.
Yes, there's no wisely. There's no wise choice in either.
Wise
of
is
this.
not an option here.
And if
So
you're
I
in the
just-
chat, play along. It's going to be fun.
I just want you guys to know I tried to have fun with this, but I wasn't trying to be too over the top. Okay, so
Sure.
here we go. Everyone
Right.
watching, and to my compadres on the screen, here we go. Would you rather be under the learning tree? How you like how I played that? Of not Chris Jericho, of Jim Cornette, or would you rather be under the learning tree of Vince McMahon?
Oh God.
I'm gonna risk it with Cornette.
I was gonna say-
That man has so much wrestling history in that big fat head of his that I would, all the crazy shit aside, like that's what I would love to hear from him.
Brucey, I
Yes.
love you, but could you at least put somebody in the list of choices that isn't a sexual predator? I'm just
Nope.
saying. I'm
Nope.
just saying.
That's the twist to that one.
I guess.
You're gonna choose the better of two evils:
I guess if it all
pooping on
comes-
someone or watching your wife have sex with someone. Take your pick.
Oh, good lord. I guess if it comes down to it, just considering both of them. God, this is. Oh, no, you weren't trying to go over the top. I guess I'd have to go with Wendy, and I'd have to say Cornette.
I'll
Because
risk it with Cornette.
at least with Corny, I could sit there and go, okay, let's filter out the crazy because there's some nuggets in here.
There's definitely nuggets there.
Whereas with Vince McMahon, it is all gone. The well is dry.
But just think about everything you could have learned from the man. Like the dude did know his shit about wrestling.
At one point.
There was no pun intended on that. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go with Cornette.
Yeah, good shit, folks. It takes a whole other meaning to it, doesn't it?
Oh, shit.
Doesn't it? I mean, everybody in the chat, we were
I
unanimous.
would say Cornette.
Justin saying corny,
Yeah.
Ed saying corny. I mean,
Corny.
it's again, at least from what I hear from people, Cornette does make some good points and still bring up some stuff about wrestling to this day that would make sense. And you just have to filter out the crazy troll bullshit. Where with McScumfuck, it's just McScumfuckery. So
All right.
so corny is the pick.
Yeah. Scumbag or scumbag light. All right, Dom, this one's for you, buddy. This one's for you.
Oh, I can't wait.
Would you rather see Cody have a really long, multi-year, boring title run, or would you rather see Cody have a short but exciting and memorable title run?
Honestly, I'd rather have him short and exciting, because at least that means maybe he'll win the title back again. I mean, he's been a champion once. He's the only Rhodes, which is great. Finally, we put a Rhodes on that title, but I do not need Snorman the second. I don't. I love Cody Rhodes too much for that. He could lose it at SummerSlam and win it back at Mania next year, as long as it's exciting.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to agree. I'd rather have a short, memorable run, because I mean, would it suck that it was short? A little bit, but if it was like classic matches that like generations later are like, oh man, you got to pull up that video, like just people fucking know it. Fuck yeah, that would be amazing. That would be
Right.
fucking
Right, like,
legit.
I
That would
don't-
be like the cherry on top of his legacy.
Speaking of legacy, I don't know if this is going to happen, but if he were to say have a match at SummerSlam against Randy Orton, and they bring all that story into it, and they bring up all this, and they have this like knockdown, drag out match where Cody loses on an RKO out of nowhere, and people are going crazy, and they hug and all this other stuff, and Randy gets one more run and gets closer to tying Cena and Flair, and maybe gets to that point before his body gives out on him. That's exciting. That's amazing. I would not have a single solitary problem with that. If he goes 1,300 fucking days of the same goddamn title defense every 6 months, I'm going to puke.
Well, we're already on track for that.
No, we're
Yeah,
not.
we're going there.
He literally defends the title every month. That's already more than Snorman. He's had all of Snorman's defenses since WrestleMania already. In less than 3 months.
Yeah, because Norman would only do it for like the big ones, like WrestleMania, but,
Yeah.
or Royal Rumble, but everything in between. He basically wrestled quarterly.
Yeah. See, everybody's saying short title run, short and amazing, all this stuff.
All right, guys. All right. Those seemed kind of easy.
Temple is the only one that picked Vince.
He picked Vince because he's a scumbag.
Fair.
So think of this next question that I'm giving you guys in like a table for 3 cents.
Okay.
But there's more than 3 people.
Okay.
So take the number out of it, but use the show concept for this question. Okay. Would you rather have dinner with the OG NWO original 3? Okay. Or have dinner with DX?
Ooh, Grandma, you got to go first on this one. She's having problems too. This is a good one, Brucey.
I didn't freeze. I'm thinking.
I know. I am too. But since I have the opportunity.
Well, you're making me think too hard when I'm too damn tired.
Listen, we're almost done. We got a couple left.
I'm gonna say NWO, because I feel like Scott Hall and Kevin Nash have some stories, man, that are like, holy shit, like, and I'm gonna go with NWO.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm extremely torn because like I love Scott Hall, and to be able to sit down at a table and like have dinner with him and Nash and unfortunately Hogan. See, there's where where you hit me. It's like, oh, Hogan, fuck. But then I get to sit down with but it's that, or I get to sit down with like Trips and Sean and China, and if we're going OG DX, Rick Rude.
No, we're going DX, like DX, like Triple H, Michaels, the Road Dog, Billy Gunn, and X-Pac. Like
okay.
Like
I didn't know if we were going
DX
OGs or like the guys in the Hall of Fame. Okay.
Here's the thing: when you think of DX, you don't think of the OG Shawn Michaels, Triple H, China. Like when people think of DX, they think of the group DX with the Outlaws and with Pac.
Oh no, I agree. I just being a little tired myself. I thought you said OG NWO or OG DX.
No, OG NWO.
But even then, getting to sit down with like Trips and Sean and the road dog and Daddy Ass and even
I think this question would be easier to answer if it was like, who would you want to have dinner with first, and then night 2,
and then after who? Yeah, like
and then
that would be a
who's
lot
number
easier.
2?
I would
Pick
do
one.
both if I could, but if I have to, just for the Hogan factor, I'm gonna go with DX.
The only reason I would pick NWO is because I would have given anything to share that story with Scott Hall about my mom being super excited about seeing him at the Rumble, only to be disappointed that it
wasn't him.
Razor Ramon, and how fucking hysterical it was, and how she's never lived it down. That's the only thing I would love.
Yeah, no, I would love that too. And plus, Scott Hall is your dad. We've already brought this. We've already made this a fact.
Yes,
We've already.
Scott Hall's my
Let's
father.
see. Ed says dinner with DX because he hates Hogan. See, right here, dude. We're both from Pennsylvania. We both share a brain. What do you know?
I love that I keep forgetting about Hogan. I'm just like, he can sit in a corner.
You just think about Nash and Hall.
That's
Hall
all
and
I
Nash.
want in life. Nash and Hall.
You're just looking at Hogan going, no, shut the fuck up. So anyway, Scott.
Yeah.
No, shut up.
Shut up,
Terry.
you
You're not
racist
allowed
bastard.
to speak, Hogan.
Put a sock in it, Balea. So anyway, Scott, you were saying.
Okay.
and on that note, hey Lennox,
Use
what's
his
happening?
government name.
Zip it, Balea, you fucking racist
Oh my
bitch. So anyway,
God.
Kevin.
Okay.
A T-shirt now, or like a bumper
And
sticker.
Justin
Put a
says
sock in
dinner
it.
with the NWO. Okay. So
Next-
apparently you can put up with Hogan.
Here we go. Here's the next one.
Oh, another.
I'm gonna give you this one, and then I want you guys to think on it real quick. And
Yeah, but
and-
how do you
and
know he's looking at you with that eye, Temple? You can't really tell where it's looking.
So, all right. Would you rather? Okay. Would you rather see Britt Baker take the TBS title from Mercedes Moné, or would you rather see Jamie Hayter take the title from Mercedes Moné? Mull on that for a second. I'll be right back.
I was gonna say I'd
don't
rather
need
not
to.
laugh
don't need
during
to.
your. I'd rather not laugh during your question while Temple says like dinner with DX. I love Ciampa and Gargano. This is another tough one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So DMD
Hogan
taking
can
the
sit
TBS
outside.
title from
Yes, he can.
Monet or Jamie Hayter. Oh my
Or Jamie
god.
Hayter.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm
both
sorry, but
of
this is
them
an
are.
easy pick for me. I love Britt Baker. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love the doctor. Like, if I could, I would make her my dentist. Like, I would actually drive down to Florida and have her be my dentist. But also,
right, what you got
Jamie
for me?
Hayter, man. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say Jamie Hayter.
Ooh,
I
okay.
mean, I do. I love both of them. I
I
really,
miss
I
Jamie
really
Hayter a little bit
do.
more.
I miss Jamie Hayter, but mostly for the cakes. Yes, I said it respectfully. But it's one of those things where it's like I love them both, but I have loved Britt longer. So I'm gonna pick Britt Baker because I've just had love for her longer than Jamie Hayter. Like that's the only reason. I don't care. Either one of them could do it, and I'd lose my mind. But if gun to my head and I have to pick, I'm gonna say Britt Baker because I have been a fan of DMD way longer than Jamie
I've
Hayter.
ever. Hey,
So-
it's your birthday boy.
Hey,
Happy
Brian, happy
shit.
birthday.
Happy birthday, Brian.
I was gonna save
I-
it till the end of the show, but since you're here, Chef, happy birthday, Brian Cook. This episode is dedicated specifically to you, homie. I hope you're enjoying your day. Go ahead, Brucey.
My choice on this is strategic. I want to see Britt Baker take the title from Monet because I want Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm for the women's title.
There
The
you
title,
go.
the title that Jamie Hayter never truly lost.
Never lost it. Well, she's still my champ.
That's why I want
She will
Britt
always
Baker.
be my champ.
I hadn't thought about that. Oh
And
my
that
god.
is a great. My reason was good. Yours was better. Yours was better. I will readily admit that.
Here for it.
Here's a fun one for you guys. Okay, we got two left.
Oh,
here's-
Temple's
here's-
picking Hater. Hang on one sec.
Oh,
We got
oh.
a few more. Well, watch a collision, O'Reilly. To answer your question, I'm going with Baker DD. Okay. That one was
It's
kind of
DMD.
a split.
DMD. damn it.
DMD.
Yes.
DDS.
DMD.
God.
DM.
kind of fan are you? No, I'm
I
just
was
kidding.
rushing.
I'm
Go
kidding.
ahead,
I'm
ask
kidding.
your question.
Doctor of Medical Dentistry, Ed.
Would it's not Isaac Yankem, okay?
That's the match she needs to have.
So, would you rather
Hmm.
take a Samoan Spike from Solo Sikoa or take a Samoan Spike from Umaga?
Oh,
Bitch, I ain't trying to die. Give me that one from Solo. The fuck?
right. I'll straight up take Solo because his looks nasty, but Umaga's had like 10,000% more stank on it. So
It
go
has-
ahead, Solo. Right here.
It has some real nasty to
Listen,
it.
I gotta.
John Cena couldn't take 7 spikes from Umaga. Okay.
Listen.
No one
If
could.
I'm-
No one could take
if
one.
if I'm gonna die, either way, I'm gonna die by the hands of the original. I'm going with Umaga because
That's
either
what I
way, I'm
mean.
gonna die.
He's gonna be out there. If I die, I die.
Exactly.
It took 7 to kill John Cena in the Middle East, and he still came back as a zombie at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last one. Would you rather
Huh.
see Will Ospreay win the AEW title first, or would you rather see MJF win the title before Will?
Oh, you crafty bastard.
I mean, I would like to see Osprey win it so MJF could win it from him.
Okay.
See, I'd like to see MJF win it back so that Osprey could challenge him.
Oh my God, I just had this fucking huge epiphany.
Because
What?
Osprey's on the come up, but MJF, he's on that level.
Tell me your epiphany. Tell us your epiphany.
Go ahead, high class.
So we're getting this major mega title match that we talked about, and we were so upset about at Forbidden Door.
Right.
What if? Oh my God! What if MJF cost Will Ospreay the title so Swerve keeps it, and then that sets up a feud with Swerve and Ospreay that they can keep going for a very long time, like inside stuff, and they can go away from it for a little while and then go back to it.
I was gonna say it would if that went down, then it would probably start something between MJF and Will Ospreay without a title, leading into like, okay, winner gets Swerve, but then where do you go? Do you actually have like let's say Ospreay beats MJF somehow and then goes to Wembley to fight Swerve in a rematch?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it could make some compelling television.
Oh no, it's some great matches too. I'm just amazed that you had said this because it leads to stuff like this, and well, we all know you kind of feel this way.
I actually want to see Ospreay win the title before MJF gets it back because I want to see MJF chase after the super babyface Will Ospreay. That's what I want to see. I want to see that wolf of AEW hunt Will Ospreay. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Ospreay.
And yeah, Battle Riot is tonight. I'm probably gonna be watching that a little later. Going back, Justin says,
"Give me that solo spike."
Ain't no one fucking with Umaga. Well, Bruce is.
Exactly.
The end of list. End of
Nice
list.
knowing you, Bruce.
I love you guys.
Yeah, we'll miss
You
you.
had a good run.
We'll dedicate I'll do a 10 bell for you. We'll play it at the end of every show.
Please do. And that is all for Would You Rather, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, going back to the very first episode.
Oh my God. What is it? Whatever it takes to get MJF versus Ospreay. Don't care how it happens. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Ospreay first, just to keep the anticipation. Okay, Justin. Well, I think on that note, that's about all we got for you, folks.
Yeah.
We laughed, we cried, we told some tribalistic trolls to suck a bag of donkey dicks. I mean, it's been a wild ride and fulfilling and
been a good
all
ride.
that stuff, but I think it's that time.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Indeed.
So again, thank you to everybody in the live chat.
Yeah.
Thank you to these guys because you know I love doing this with you, and I'm so glad we're fucking back. And we will be back again next week, as far as I know, folks.
Yeah.
So in that meantime, go get your fucking merch.
Yes, please do.
Go get your merch. Go get the only shirt with all three of our faces. Go get my Ugly Mug Notorious Dom shirt that Ed rocks to the gym. Go get the Elite TRWT logo, or even the new champ, the Redeemer. There will be a golden Redeemer shirt coming. Go get that shit.
Listen, I feel left out. This is bullshit.
Why?
Where's my fucking solo shirt? God damn it!
I'm working on them, man. You were gone for like 6 months. Why was I gonna make you a shirt? You can't see him. Buy the shirt.
We're gonna have to make one that says "Death by Spike" by a Samoan Spike.
Oh,
Now we'll make it R.I.P. Brucey, and we'll have Umaga standing over him like
that's
over his
right.
grave.
That's right.
No, I mean,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I will get on that now because the shirt makes itself. This background will be the shirt. The shirt.
That's right.
It's just gonna be a square with the Burberry and the words "high class."
And Bruce right in the middle of it. You don't need nothing else. On the back, the salt of the earth of podcast.
High class.
High class. Okay, that works. We can do that. But what you see and more can be found at trwtmerch.threadless.com. You will also see it whether you're watching this now, you're watching the replay, or you're listening to it on our many audio podcast platforms. There will be a link in the description below, so click the link. Go check out our logos. Go check out our shirts. We have a ton of other merch as well. You can even get us on a fucking shower curtain, which we need to get for your mom, Wendy, and we will do that.
Yes, I do need
Mom,
to get
you're getting a fucking shower curtain with the three of us on it. I know it's going to be creepy, but you're getting it anyway, and you'll love it.
Yeah.
Your babies will be watching your back.
So
until next time, folks.
Oh, one last thing. Jordan Kirby. Can we talk about non-mid-live? No, because that doesn't exist. Next question.
When she's not mid, we'll talk about her not being mid. Because
Exactly.
that's what we do here. But yes, that will be all for this week, folks. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy Battle Riot tonight. I hope you come back and enjoy Dogging with Dom and Friends with benefits because Kathy shows up. And above all things, I hope you enjoy wrestling. I just killed Bruce. If it's not your cup of tea, let somebody else fucking drink it.
Yes.
And Grandma, please hit us.
Hey, fresh cheese bags.
Deuces, bitches.
All right. Oh no, we all got to do it, right? 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
You been sparked those skinnos. Hitting her. Nikki from